hands up, no turning back.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Strive Tribe podcast. It's your boy, Devin, and today I wanted to talk about prioritization. Life can get crazy. It can get hectic, but the thing I started to notice is that you might have a set list of things to do in the day, right? Like, let's say it's your power list, your 5 things that you want to get done in that day. And in most cases, you'll notice that, all of a sudden other things get added to that list throughout the day. And all of a sudden you look back and you didn't even really hit your core 5 things that you wanted to because you got stuck doing all these minimal ranking things in between your main goals that you had for that day. Now, that's normal for everybody, right? Myself included. And that's why I wanted to kind of talk about this a little bit, because I noticed myself even kind of getting stuck in that trap where your to-do list, per se, is set, and then, you might knock one thing off of the to-do list, and then all of a sudden 10 things get added on. You knock off 5 of the 10, and all of a sudden your to-do list is always just growing on things that you want to do, things that you plan on doing, or little changes you want to make in, the business, in your fitness, or in your nutrition, or, whatever the case may be for you. But what you have to realize is that each task that you have for the day, you have to give it a rank, right? Is that when you're ranking your tasks, is that something that you need to get done now in order to progress further? Or is it something that can rank a little bit lower, that it's not a necessary thing for you to get done right this second, but, you would like to get it done to, for whatever reason. So when you're going through your list, make sure you're not just adding them all to the list and then all of a sudden just trying to check them off one by one, just going down the list. Because at the end of the day, there's going to be things that need to get done before other things can get done on that list, whether it's, a multi-step kind of plan. But give each of your tasks next to it a serious rank, like rank it 1 through 5, or rank it 1 through 3. 3 being it's urgent, like this is going to be a more important task that needs to get done, or rank it like something like a 1, that's like, okay, when you have time, if you finish the rest of the task, then, focus on this. And you could even give stuff like a rank of a 0, which is like, an idea like, hey, maybe if you ever have time and you're not doing anything, then look into this, do a little bit of research on this. But realize that your day is going to throw things at you that may seem like a necessity for you to get it done right that second. But in reality, is it really going to make or break your day, your week, your month, your year if you don't focus on that task right this second and you actually focus on one of your higher ranking tasks? Because if you can knock out, 5 high ranking tasks per day, then you'll start to notice that, your list just consists of 0s, 1s, and 2s instead of any 3s. And then you can kind of pick and choose which ones you want to do. Because the 3s, let's say if you're only going to a scale of 3, your 3s are going to be the ones that are going to keep you progressing further and faster in your goals, whether it's business, whether it's fitness, whether it's, on the challenge, whether it's your nutrition. But making sure that you're conquering your 3s will keep your progress moving a lot faster than if you're just trying to knock out one by one and you're hitting a 1, then you're hitting a 2, then you're hitting a 2, then you're hitting a 3, then you're hitting a 1. And then all of a sudden you notice there's more of a wave to your journey, and even a bigger wave than there needs to be. So today isn't going to be super long or drawn out. Today's just a little bit of a mindset cafe / life hack kind of thing. And I want you to realize and internalize this and think about your own day, right? I know you have work. I know you may have, let's say, kids or, a relationship. And each of those areas of your life are going to have tasks. right? Each of those areas of your life, whether it's, a task could be spending time with your kids, spending time with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever the case may be, those can still be considered tasks. So you can choose to rank those how you please and make sure that, when you're given tasks within those categories, that you're giving them realistic ratings. Because otherwise, you'll notice that it feels like you're doing a lot each day and you're not really moving the needle in your journey or in your growth, whether it's your personal development, whether it's your relationship development, in your career, in your fitness journey. So make sure you're actually ranking your things. If you're trying to get back into working out and you haven't really been as consistent, well, maybe working out for the day could be ranked a 3, right? Make sure you get your workout in. If you have an important deadline at work, well, that's going to be a 3, right? But if fitness isn't always a struggle for you, then it might be ranked a 2. Not that it's less important than anything else, but conquer the 3s before you conquer the 2, because at the end of the day, no one wants to do the hard work. They want to do the things that they want to do, right? So if you enjoy working out, which hopefully everyone does, but that's not always the case. If you enjoy working out, you're going to tend to put off a level 3, a ranked 3 thing to go get your workout in. And then all of a sudden you're going to get home, and then that's when the excuses start to come in. So make sure there's a famous Stoic that's basically said, eat the frog in the beginning of the morning, right? Eat the frog in the morning, which basically just means do the difficult stuff first. If you do the difficult stuff first and you get those out of the way, the rest of the day you have to yourself. You can do the things you enjoy. You can, if you only want to do those first 5 things, then do those first 5 things. Enjoy the rest of your day. But if you prolong the frog, quote unquote, then it's one of those things where you tend to put that off, because as the day progresses and you do all these level 1 or level 0, tasks, it's a lot of busy work that wasn't necessarily important for you, moving the needle in your progress, in your journey, but it feels like you're doing things because, again, it's just busy work. But if you really look at your day, you're like, damn, I did a bunch of busy work, but that wasn't really that important. I still put off X, Y, and Z, and I put off X, Y, and Z for the last month. It's like, just get that out of the way first. If you get that out of the way first, you're doing it when you have the most energy and you have the most motivation in the beginning of the day versus after a full day of work, after you get home and you're spending time with your kids, which, still consists of you using energy. And then after your workout and after you're cooking for the rest of the day or rest of the week, all of a sudden now you go to try to hit level 3 thing and you're like, you know what? I just don't have the energy to really focus on this right now. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then what happens tomorrow? Life happens, something else happens, and you again use that as an excuse to put it off, and then all of a sudden some other things happen throughout the day and you keep putting off and putting it off, put it off, and at the end of the day you're like, all right, it's time to actually sit down and crank out this number 3, and then you're like, you know what, I don't have the energy, I don't have the mental fortitude to do this right now. I don't want to slack on my quality of work, so again, I'm gonna do this tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning happens, all of a sudden you wake up late, and see how this snowball effect kind of happens. So make sure you guys are ranking your things on your to-do list, ranking your things on your day, right? If you plan out your calendar and you're looking at it and you're like, damn, that's a lot of busy work on there, think about some things that maybe are more you could rank higher on your, let's say, to-do list that maybe aren't even on there. What have you not thought of that could go on? What are the things that are going to lead you to the path and the results that you're looking to get? Have you been doing anything to truly get yourself to the end destination that you say you want? Or are you just doing things and just going through the motions and you're on the hamster wheel of life, right? Because if you're not doing things to get you to your goal, and you're saying that is your goal, is it really your goal? Because a dream is a dream and dreamers dream, but doers take action. So if you're just saying you have these dreams and these goals, but you're not taking any actions to fulfill the needs required to achieve that goal, well, then it's always going to stay a dream. Next year, your dream will be the same as this year, right? And that's what your dream has been for the last 10 years. So make sure you're actually taking action. Look at your calendar. Look at your to-do list. Is there anything on that to-do list that is going to be ranked a 3 to progress you towards your goal? Because if not, figure it out. But I hope that, you guys being able to start ranking your guys' systems and ranking your to-do list will start to improve the journey you guys are on in reaching your destinations. Because honestly, just doing it for the last few weeks for myself, I've noticed I've almost like 2 times or 3 times my workload in the sense of like my stress levels, because I'm knocking out the things that I've put off, because I'm just knocking things out that are level 1s or level 2s, because I'm just going down the list of things to do versus actually taking in consideration, like, okay, what's the most important thing on this list? Let's hit that first. What's the next most important thing? Then let's hit that on the list. And once I actually really started doing that, my stress of achieving these big things started, getting lifted off my shoulders. And then I was like, damn, like, I'm looking at the list and I'm like, oh man, these are all, ranked 1 or ranked 2. Like, now it doesn't feel so bad. Yeah, there's a lot of things on this list, but these things aren't even that important right now, right? I'm knocking out these key things, and it's allowing me to feel a little bit less stressed in just my day-to-day life, in my relationships, in every area, because it bleeds over, right? When you're stressed from work, it bleeds into your time with your kids. It bleeds into your time with your significant other. It bleeds into your other work. So realize that you can relieve some of that stress by ranking the things that you need to get done in your day, in your week, in your month, ranking them, and then achieve and complete the big things first. So I hope that helps you guys out, and I hope that can relieve some stress. And honestly, I hope that helps you progress your goal a little bit further and a little bit faster. But with saying that, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Strive Tribe podcast. We look forward to seeing your comments, your messages, your suggestions in our emails and in our DMs. And, even if you want to comment on the YouTubes, a lot of the episodes we do post up on YouTube as well, if you do want to watch the video format of it. So make sure you go ahead and follow us on Strive 11 Fitness, the YouTube channel. But with that said, see you guys on the next one.